In today's Leeds news, details on the new management setup, Leeds loan players in action, and Victor Gyokeres linked with summer move. Hey folks, Stu here at The View on Wednesday, the 22nd of February with your Leeds news. The logistical stuff, the one a week to get out of the way. If you like the channel and you want to support us, you can subscribe to the channel. That's all we ask. Moving towards the 6,000 mark, which is brilliant. And I appreciate the support that everyone has given us over the last couple of months. So massive thanks there. But if you want to support us, you want to get involved, you can subscribe to the channel. We do daily Leeds news content, all the rumor, all the news, whatever's out there, Monday to Friday. We will get it all in one short space for you. That's the plan. Anyway, let's crack on. There's not a huge amount of news today, but there is some detail coming out. And I wanted to start off and talk about the finalized move for our new head coach, pending work permit, Javi Gracia. Gracia has come in. There's no interview with him until the Southampton press conference, assuming work permits go through pretty quickly. They shouldn't be. They should be fine. Leeds have a good track record of sponsorship with visas, and he's a track record of being in work pretty regularly. So there shouldn't be any major issues there, fingers crossed. In terms of his backroom team, so Paco Gallardo, who has been helping out with Michael Skubala at the moment, is moving to take control of the under-21 side. He will be the new under-21 head coach. He has got a background in this kind of role as well as being the Seville B manager as well. And he will work with Michael Pujak in the under-21 setup going forward. Garcia is likely to bring in his own backroom team, but Michael Skubala is said to stay put in the first team setup. He has been promoted to the first team coaching setup. So the first team players who might not have been overly respectful towards him want to get used to seeing him now. Skubala has been promoted. It's kind of just, I suppose, it's good work for what he's done for Leeds over the last couple of weeks. And he has shown a lot of, I suppose, structural capabilities, and Gracia is going to keep him on in the interim period. He will be hugely helpful in getting Gracia up to speed on Leeds. In terms of the interview process that Gracia went through, the 49ers flew into Leeds for the interview process for this one. Obviously not overly happy with the process up to this point. They were very involved in this one. And what it is said is that he very much impressed them with his presentation on the Leeds, Southampton and Everton games and why Leeds lost and how he would fix those defeats and what he would do differently. He was said to have made a very big impression on them, given that detail. So that's positive. He's already watching Leeds games, reminiscent of another former manager of Leeds who's doing his homework nice and early. Ben Foster has done a lot of talking about Gracia, and what he has basically said is this guy's a good human, but doesn't take any nonsense from anybody. He will have a very heavy fine process. He takes all training sessions himself. He is very much hands-on, and he said that he's measured and calm and gets to get the message across without ranting. And he's also said that he will not stand for any messing either. He's quite strict on fitness. He's quite strict on structure. In terms of systems, he plays a 4-4-2 or a variation of a 4-4-2, but he has also played a 3 at the back as well. He plays a compact system as opposed to narrow. Narrow has been mentioned quite a lot. There's a slight difference in that. Compact allows you to go wide when you need to, but stay compact when you haven't got the ball, which is what he'll do. Narrow means everything comes in narrow. So slight differences there in what we've been used to with the Jesse system. What you're also likely to see from this is what they've said is he adapts his system based on the players that he has. So he might look at Leeds and see the fact that we've got a couple of weaknesses at the back. He might play 3 at the back. It's my preferred system. I'd like to see us do that. Everyone has had nothing but positive things to say about him. Watford fans have said that they're disappointed that he was sacked as manager. He had their best seasons were under him. So that's positive, being that it was in the Premier League as well. So that's also another positive. The stats that are going around, but wins and losses, he hasn't managed big clubs, so there's always going to be more losses than there is going to be wins, but it's kind of get the right amount of wins to make you safe. And Leeds, in my opinion, need probably 6 wins and a couple of draws to be safe. And we'll see if we can do that. But yeah, lots of people coming out talking about him. If you haven't seen Ben Foster's video on him, go and have a look. He also did an interview with TalkSport. Not that I'm promoting going and watching TalkSport. You probably shouldn't watch TalkSport. But if you wanted to go and watch TalkSport, there is a Ben Foster clip up there talking about what he's like. And he said he's a fantastic manager to work for and a great coach to work for and keeps in touch with people. Good guy. Doesn't want to be your best friend, but is a good guy, will do things properly. And praise when praise is needed. So nice balance there and probably something that we needed. Moving on then, let's talk about our loan players. And not a bad evening last night for Leeds loan players. Joffrey with his first goal for Sunderland. A lovely back post header in the 2-1 defeat to Rotherham. Not a great result for them, but Joffrey gets off the mark. Lovely goal. Very nice goal by Joffrey. Charlie Creswell, another 90 minutes for Millwall and a good result for them as well. They're flying in the playoff positions now, and he has 4 starts and 4 90 minutes on the bounce. Jamie Shackleton, I haven't really covered Jamie Shackleton too much because he's not expected to come back to Leeds, so he's kind of gone. But has had an excellent week with Millwall this week and really starting to establish himself as a central midfielder. If Leeds do go down, maybe then Leeds look at offering him a contract to keep him at the club. Ian Poveda, another 90 minutes for Blackpool last night, continues to keep building on positive performances. And Leo Kjelde, playing for Rotherham, who played against Joffrey for Sunderland, had an incredible game. And a lot of the Rotherham fans are saying, how is this kid not in your starting 11? Injury prone. That's why he hasn't been in the starting 11. He's been injury prone for the last 2 to 3 years. But great to see Leo getting some consistency under his belt and putting in some pretty good numbers as well. So great stuff there. Moving on, let's talk about potential incoming. So pinch of salt territory, rumor territory. We cover everything here, including the rumor. Viktor Gyokeres has been linked again with a move to Leeds potentially in the summer this time around. And according to Team Talk, so big bag of salt. Leeds are planning a move for Gyokeres in the summer. He's got 14 league goals so far this season, 15 in all competitions. Is a very dynamic striker or attacker, can play from that plenty positions and has an absolute rocket of a shot on him as well. So Leeds may revisit that one come the summer. And it's kind of a move that doesn't really matter what division we're in, does it? Because he's currently playing for Coventry in the Championship. So we'll have to see what happens there. But all in all, it's been a relatively positive 2 days. There's plenty of good news floating around. If you want to check out some stuff, we did the American Leeds podcast last night where we talked about this. And also on Just Joe's show earlier in the week, we also went through a few bits and pieces on this as well. So there's lots of stuff out there. If you want to check out what kind of tactics he does, Max over on Leeds lately has done a fantastic breakdown video. I highly recommend going and checking that out. I might actually try and link it up here for you. Go check it out and see what you think. But yeah, positive stuff. And let's fingers crossed he gets the work permit stuff sorted ASAP, and we'll get him in for the Southampton press conference and then taking the team for the game against Southampton. Can't take training at the moment, but he can stand around Tor Park and add what he wants to do in. He can talk. So I'm sure he's involved. I know he has had meetings with Skubala and coaching team there as well. So interesting to see what happens with Chris Armas. That's the odd one out. Garcia is expected to bring in his own backroom team as well. So keep an eye on that. That's pretty much it for today, folks. Nice short one today. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow for more Leeds news. Have a good day. Bye.